Hi there, I'm Miss Barbara from the Huntington Beach Library. Welcome to another edition of Paper Plate Crafts and Storytime. Today's paper plate craft is going to be a chameleon puppet. You can actually put your hands in it and make the mouth move up and down. You can see there he is with his crazy eyes and his big curly tail. So I'm going to be telling you how to make this puppet. Pictorial of this puppet will also be posted on the Friends of the Children's Library Facebook page, as well as our website at hbpl.org under the Storytime Corner banner. So, to get you excited about making a chameleon today, I have a chameleon story. This is called Invisible Lizard, and this book is by Kurt Cyrus. Invisible Lizard by Kurt Cyrus. So chameleons are pretty amazing lizards because they can blend in with their environment. They have a special type of camouflage. So let's find out about chameleons. Once on a spiffy limb, there lived a chameleon named Napoleon. And there he is with his great big eyes and his big curly tail. Napoleon was a colorful guy. In fact, he was every bit as spiffy as the branch he lived on, and that, unfortunately for him, was a problem. Can you see him on this tree limb? Can you find Napoleon? Do you see where he is? He blends right in. He's right there. Do you see him? There he is. He's blending right in with his tree branch. Napoleon blended so well that he really was quite invisible. "Hey, Polly!" said the lizard. "Nice feathers!" "Squawk!" screamed the parrot. "The tree is talking! The tree is talking!" "Yo, Mike!" said the lizard. "You're really swinging today!" "Eek, eek, eek! Ah!" screamed the monkey. "Drat!" said Napoleon. You see, they can't see him. He's blending right in with the tree branch in his house. No one ever saw Napoleon, even when he waved his arms, which took him about 20 minutes to do so. Chameleons move very, very slowly, and you can see just how long it's taking poor Napoleon to wave his arms. It's tough to be a chameleon. Everyone wants to be noticed, so Napoleon flashed his colors and sashayed up and down the spiffy limb. Every sashay took about an hour. "Hey, look at me!" he said. But did anybody notice? What do you think? Do you think anybody noticed him at all? If you said no, you were right. Because he blends right in with the tree branch. Can you even see him on this page? Do you see Napoleon? You see where he's hiding? There he is, right there at the bottom. As I said, it's tough to be a chameleon. He wove a wicker welcome mat. It took a week, and nobody saw it. Blending right in with the tree. Poor, poor Napoleon. What's a chameleon to do? He made a trumpet bird bath. "Hey, Polly, are you thirsty?" There was no Polly. And if you look carefully at the flower, do you see Napoleon? He's blending right in. There's his tail right there. Will he ever be noticed? "Hey, look at me, I'm making a silly face!" But nobody saw him. Nobody noticed. As I said, it's tough to be a chameleon. The lizard turned purple and his eyes turned bright red. "Phooey," he said. He had tried to be friendly. He had tried to be flashy. He had tried to be funny and fun. "Well, there's one thing I haven't tried." What do you think that could possibly be? What hasn't he tried? He stood on his head. And look how long it's taking him to stand on his head. He's blending in with his environment, isn't he? He's turning in all the different colors of the day as the day changes. Now, there are two things that chameleons can do that are fast. One, unfortunately, is falling. Uh-oh, he fell off the branch. And two, was sticking out his very sticky tongue. Thank goodness he has a sticky tongue. He was able to catch himself before he fell all the way down to the ground. Suddenly, everybody saw him. "Squawk!" said Polly. "Who's that remarkable, colorful creature?"
"Ugh," said Mike. "Now that's what I call swinging."
said Napoleon, which meant, "Can you help me up?" So now he's finally noticed. Too bad it took him falling out of a tree to get noticed. But now the parrot and the monkey were delighted to have a spiffy new friend, and they visited him often. They began to visit Napoleon's limb every day, and the three of them would play king of the tree, and they'd play red lizard, green lizard. But guess what their favorite game to play was? Can you guess what their favorite game to play was? It was hide and seek. They can be very hard to find. Let's see. Can you find Napoleon? Can you see him on this page? Can you find Polly the parrot? Can you find her on the page? Can you find the monkey? I think the monkey is fairly easy. There's the monkey right there. Where's that Napoleon? Can you see him? There he is, doing what chameleons do, blending right in with his environment. Can you find Polly? Why, she's blending in with her tree too. There she is. And sometimes you can find them, but most of the time you can't. Can you find them on this page? Probably not. Let's see. Do you see them on this page? Can you find the monkey? Look at the bottom. Do you see him? See where my fingers are? There he is. Do you see Napoleon? Can you find Napoleon, the chameleon? Can you find him on this page? He's blending right in. He's kind of tricky. He's right there. There he is. What about Polly the parrot? Do you see her? There she is. And that is the story of Invisible Lizard. So we're going to be making our very own chameleons today. This craft takes 3 paper plates. So the first paper plate we're going to fold in half. That's pretty easy. We're going to be making the inside of the chameleon's mouth. So we take our paper plate and we're just going to fold it in half. And if you want to, after you fold it in half, you can color the inside. You can, make part of it red and part of it green. If you want to staple on the long tongue, you can do that too, but you don't have to, but you can. So this is going to be the inside. Now to make it easier for your hands to fit in so you can make the mouth move, we're going to take our second paper plate. And as you know, Miss Barbara likes to fold her paper plates in half. We're going to fold it in half, and we're going to cut along the fold. So we're going to cut along that fold. Here we go. I've got my scissors. We're going to cut along the fold, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but the fold makes it a little easier to cut. All right, we should now have 2 halves of our paper plate. Now we're going to take the first half of our paper plate, and we're going to staple it. And since it's the first one, this could be your head. So this part is going to be the part you're going to color. Now I think you should staple. Staple works best with this project. Staple one end. Leave the room open on this part so you can put your hand inside. Staple one end. Staple in the middle. Staple in the other end. So the plate's still open like this, and this is how it looks on the back side. See? And there's still room right here where you can slip in your fingers. But we need to put something for our thumb. And that's where the second part of our plate comes in. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to staple, staple, and staple. So we now have our mouth stapled. You can see that was pretty easy. We want to make sure we have room to put our fingers in. So now it moves pretty well, doesn't it? We've got our chameleon mouth. Now to make the eyes. Now this part's a little bit tricky. This is with our last paper plate. All right, once again, we're going to fold our paper plate in half. Folding it in half and then cutting on the crease. As I said, this part's a little bit tricky. This is to make the top part of the head and the eyes, the little arms, and the tail. So we're cutting our paper plate in half. We're going to set this half aside for a moment. Now we're going to take this half. We're going to cut out the rim, cut out the middle so the rim remains intact. That's going to become our tail. And we're going to take our tail and put it to the side. Now we have this piece. This is what I use to make the little forehead of my chameleon and where I could make his crazy eyeballs. So the first thing we want to do with this is we're going to fold a little edge, about half an inch. Why? Because that gives us this little piece of paper here, gives us something to staple or glue. Now we're going to cut 2 slits. Watch. I'm going to cut a slit right here and a slit right here. I'm going to show you on the back right here. See? Why did I do this? This is so I can fold it and bend it. See how I fold it and bend it? I fold it and bend it. That makes it so I can put eyes on either side of my chameleon's head. Now, how do I get this to stay? It stays best if you staple. So you have to be careful because you don't want to staple this shut. Hold this open. Put your eyeball right here. Take your stapler. Staple it. Fold it around to the other side. See what I'm doing right here? Staple it. I tried taping it, but it didn't work with tape, so stapling's much better. All right, so I made my little forehead. Now we have places where we can glue the eyes, and that's what we're going to do with the other paper plate. Once again, we're going to cut this part out. These are going to become your eyes, and this will become your 2 legs that we're going to put in front. So we're going to cut out the rim, put it over to the side, cutting out the rim, put this to the side. Now we have this little bit. This is going to become your 2 eyes. So we want to fold it in half. And then we're going to cut out a circle. Now you can trace a circle if you want to, if that's easier for you, like use a quarter and trace it around or cut it freehand. I'm going to cut mine freehand. But as I said, if you want to do something to trace to make it an easier circle, you can. These become your eyes. They don't have to be perfect. Because, you know, chameleons have crazy eyeballs. So these I did glue on. I glued these. Let me bring my sample out. You can see I colored them. I did yellow and I have felt pen. And I wanted to make them really strange. So then I crumpled up a ball of tin foil and glued that there. I put a lot of tin foil on my chameleon because, you know, they reflect. They have camouflage. So I thought the tin foil kind of would reflect the colors of where my chameleon was trying to hide. So these are going to become your eyes. And you can glue your eyes right here. There you go, once you color them. The same's going to be true with the tail and the arms. So for the arms, we're going to fold this in half. We are going to cut this in half. These are going to become the legs. And to make them look more like legs, I cut a little triangle in there. Here's a little tiny triangle because I'm making little toes. Little triangle and a little triangle. There you go. It's got little toes right there. There we go. See that? And I'm going to do that with the other one too. Now to make it, and then I stapled it to the front of my chameleon. And to make it look more like a chameleon leg, I folded it down and then I folded it out. See that? So there's a fold here and a fold there. You don't have to do that. But I did it to make it look like he could stand up. And I did that on both sides. Now for the chameleon tail, I took the other plate edge that I had and I wanted it to look more like a tail. So I rounded off one edge, kind of pointed, because remember they have pointy tails. And then I curled it. I just kind of folded it up like this in a curl because chameleons have tails that curl up. So there we go, and then I kind of let it unfold, kind of like what I would do with the tongue. And then I stapled that to the bottom on the side here and just stapled it like that. See right there, just staple it right there. In fact, I'll even show you how you can do that. Just stapling it right there. Because you want to be able to put your hand in your puppet. There you go. Now he's got his tail on there. He's got his eyes. He's ready to go. You just need to glue his eyes on there. If you want to put tin foil on, you don't have to. You can buttons. You can make him a rainbow. A chameleon, you can make him a solid green chameleon. I guess he could be just a plain white chameleon and have him live on top of the sheets or something because he'd be blending in with the sheets. Anyway, you can make your chameleon look any way you like. because it's a very creative chameleon, so it's up to you. So thank you very much for listening to my story time. I'll be back next week. Until then, this is Miss Barbara signing off. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you for enjoying Storytime.